What is up, guys? This is Mr. Chicken167 here, and you are very much aware, or I hope you are anyway, that I made skins of Batman v Superman. If you haven't, go and check that video out. But hopefully I'm going to be doing more of these, as I am working on X-Men Apocalypse, Deadpool, and various other skins for characters. So of course, this is my Captain America Civil War ones. I've made 15. They are Agent 13, Ant-Man, Baron Zemo, Black Panther, Black Widow, Bucky, Captain America, Crossbones, Falcon, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, Spiderman, Vision, and War Machine. Yeah, so anyway, let's get on with these. So we're going to start off with Team Cap. So first up, we're here with Team Cap, and as you can see, this is very reminiscent of my Winter Soldier skin that I made ages ago. As you can see here, they are very similarly styled, even with the whole shield on the back thing. Of course, now it is far more colourful and far more detailed, in my opinion. As you see over here, he has got a helmet which is actually removable as well, so you can see Steve Rogers' head. It's not as good as it could be. He, of course, this is like his Avengers Age of Ultron suit with the minus of his red stuff, a couple of other things. As you can see, I've given pouches for various weapons, his good old gloves he uses to punch people. But essentially his colouring is alright, and his shield as well. The best representation I could have done, and of course, you can get rid of that and just end up with him without his shield. However, for the sake of this, I'm going to leave it on. Next up, of course, in Team Cap, who's better than Bucky. As you can see, here's Bucky. Now, I kind of messed up with the hair here. As you can see, it looks a bit dark. Looks like his head isn't quite right either. However, one thing I really do like is how the suit is working. As you can see, it's full of different weapon holders and so on. While the colours admittedly are a bit bland, the one thing that was very hard to pull off was the arm. In the end, I just ended up making dark and bright lines. He's probably my least favourite of the characters, but in the showcase, however, I still think he's pretty good. Next we have the Falcon. As you can see, the Falcon here was very hard to capture because of his massive mixing of colours. So as you can see, I've got here the red, I've got the grey, got the brown, I've got the gold, and various other parts. For a start, you can remove the goggles, as you see here, and you just have a normal Sam Wilson face. But anyway, this colour here was very hard to capture just because of the gold here. You can see he's got his arms, and he also has the jetpack, of course, for the wings to sprout out. I cannot do that, of course, because very hard. Next is Scarlet Witch, who is in bright red this time. I decided consciously to make her bright red, and so I did. Also, her face is very reminiscent of Elizabeth Olsen. She looks very much like Scarlet Witch, and of course, she has the red robe and so on that Scarlet Witch does wear. Of course, if you take off her helmet, nothing really happens, because of course, there is something under there. Next up we have Hawkeye, and as you can see, Hawkeye's a bit weird here because his face doesn't quite match the rest of him. However, I think his suit is pretty cool in general, just because of that amount of purple I managed to use, and of course all the lining I put here. As you can see, back here we've got a quiver, and he's got his bow arm and his normal arm. Yeah, pretty good looking. And finally, on Team Cap we have Ant-Man, and as you can see, Ant-Man here looks pretty different. Of course, I've used trans red colours for his eyes, and as you can see, when I take it off, you have a Paul Rudd head right here. As you can see, he's also got the suit and its updated version. And yeah, I've got the buttons here, as you can see, to make him either go small or giant. So, look, he just turned small. And now, guys, Ant-Man is going to turn giant. It's Giant Man, whoa! Yeah, anyway. Now we're going to get on to Team Iron Man. So starting us off, of course, we have Tony Stark, Iron Man, and as you can see, this is very reminiscent of his bleeding edge armor. This is Mark 46, of course. As you can see, I've used blue in his eyes to represent things, and of course he has his repulsor and his laser boots. On the back here, you can see I have lots of gold, red, and blue effects on him. But the most unique part of this is the fact that you can do this, which is you can take off the entire Tony Stark suit and make him into Tony Stark. As you can see, it has the arc reactor, various sleeves, and so on here, which I think make Tony Stark look very good. Anyway, let's say you want to do an Iron Man 3 in which the suits literally fly onto him. He just did. Next member of the team is Black Widow. As you can see here, she has now removed most of her colour except from some red here and some greys. But essentially pretty basic. She has slightly different hair but from before, as in Age of Ultron it was quite short. But yeah, that's Black Widow. Not much to say here. And there's Black Panther. This was very time consuming to get all the correct markings here. As you can see, he has the necklace around his neck like Black Panther normally does. He of course has his signature claws, and the helmet of course, in which he has that. Also, if you take it off, as you can see, we have Chadwick Boseman or T'Challa's face. Next on Team Iron Man, we have War Machine. As you can see, I introduced a flying effect, so it looks like he's actually flying. He of course has the gun mounted on his back, and unfortunately you cannot get rid of all his armor, even though you still can see Rhodey's face here. The arc reactor, as this time, has a shine to it, as do his eyes, which I think makes it that much better. Of course, this is War Machine Mark III, if you don't know. Next is the Vision. Now, the Vision here is very, very similar to the one I originally made. As you can see, that's the original one, but the only difference is, as you can see, I recolored it. So the dark green turned more bluey, and the skin in general changed to look more like the Vision we know and love. Of course, he has his cape here. He has various markings that are very accurate to Vision, but of course, mostly I just changed his colors to look more accurate, and I made the Power Stone the right color, as well as giving him more human eyes. And then finally, of course, is Spiderman. And Spiderman here is, to be honest, pretty plain, and that's of course why I added all these shading effects here, because otherwise he would have looked extremely plain. However, I do think I got the design quite right, and he does look very much like the Civil War version of Spider-Man. Unfortunately, you cannot remove his helmet, however, and you cannot see Peter Parker's face, but pretty hard to do, in my opinion, though. So I'll only do that if it's needed. However, Spider-Man was a surprise, and to be honest, he's one of my favourite looking ones. Now we're going to the final three. For a start, we have Agent 13. Sharon Carter, as you can see here, this is her suit from in the movie when she works for Everett Ross. As you can see, she has this sort of markings on her jacket. She also has pockets like this, and of course she has sleeves as well. I've also given her boots with various holsters and areas to put your guns, and yeah, nothing will happen when you remove the hair either. Then we have Baron Zemo, who, to be honest, doesn't look a lot like Baron Zemo. I was going to give him a stubble feature, but it just doesn't look right with the figure. Also, I don't know if this suit is 100% accurate. All I know is this is definitely what I want. And also, the back of his head, as you can see, is not coloured because I'm too lazy. So I'm going to quickly fix that because I'm an idiot. So I just take the colour here and I can just colour this all in. Like so. There we go. And of course, if you want to know what I use MC Skin 3D. Look it up, download it. It's really useful for making skins, and that's why it was so easy for me to do that then. As you can see, he has a black suit, blue shirt underneath, brown trousers. Probably the most basic one, but yeah. And this one is really hard for me, which is Crossbones. Now, I had to try multiple times to work out things like where his eyes would go, what about his suit I should do. In the end, I think I did a pretty good job making the mallet gloves for a start. They are pretty technical. I don't know if these are actually what they look like in the film. A lot of this is improvised. His legs, likewise, pretty commando, but also pretty custom for me. He of course has these markings on his chest and back here, as you can see. He has some sort of belt around here, as you know, the vest of course. But then the helmet, as for that, is pretty plain. The only difference is, of course, I did cover this almost splodge here and make these two grey holes. Of course, you can see the red eyes through it, and if I take it off, you'll be surprised, because it's not that impressive as of a figure, and I didn't mean it to be that impressive. In fact, I don't intend for the helmet to be taken off, otherwise you would look incredibly stupid. But yeah, that's it for the skins, so we'll just go through Agent 13, Ant-Man, Baron Zemo, Black Panther, Black Widow, Bucky, Captain America, Crossbones, Falcon, Hawkeye, Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, The Vision, and War Machine. So that is it for the Civil War skins, and I've got to say, they were quite time consuming. I made 4 of them in one batch. Then I made the rest of Team Iron Man except War Machine, the rest of the teams except War Machine in one bulk. Then I made the final 4 in one bulk. As you're wondering, if you want to know what other ones I'm making, I will just quickly tell you what I am making. First off, if you have not seen my Batman v Superman skins, then go and check out that video on them. And of course, I will have the skins on Planet Minecraft. Also, I am working on Deadpool skins, as you can see here. I'm just going to show you Deadpool. However, I am promising you that I am working on Ajax, Colossus, Deadpool, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And also, I am working on X-Men Apocalypse skins. I've only done 4 of them right now, which are Professor Xavier, Quicksilver, Mystique, and Jean Grey. I'm also planning on doing Apocalypse, Beast, Cyclops, Magneto, Nightcrawler, Psylocke, Storm, Angel, and Wolverine. Yeah, so that's going to be quite time consuming as well, and of course there are other ones I'm going to work on. For example, I'm going to be working on Star Wars The Force Awakens skins, I'm going to be working on some Daredevil skins, and some CW superhero skins. Plus, you can expect that I will be working on some Suicide Squad. But guys, that is it for this video. If you did, if you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And of course, if you like my skins, check out my Planet Minecraft, where I upload these skins quite often, and you can get these for yourself on Minecraft. And of course, check out my movie channel for Civil War reviews, of course. And check out this channel. Be sure to subscribe to this and that channel. And of course, check out my Twitter for interesting things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!